There's some Cinderella story with a frat dude like leaving his one sandal, and then him and some other guy had like such a great time like
Yeah,
betting and
yeah.
like chilling, and then he's like, "Fuck."
It's like a pledge story, you know?
Yeah,
Like a freshman trying to get into a frat,
yeah,
but he forgets which one. He was connecting with all the guys,
yeah.
but he gets too blacked out, he forgets which frat it is.
And then he
But
just
he leaves his one sandal there.
the one sandal.
And the brothers are like, "No, we got to get this kid. He's so tight."
He was so sick, bro. He was like the sickest dude ever, dude.
What was his name? Ah, I forget. Fuck.
They host a booth on campus. Does your foot fit this sandal?
Yeah. And then he had this crazy zip up. It had the logo of the school on it.
And
Fuck,
then
that's sick.
after multiple days of hosting the booth, brothers from frats all over came and tried their toes. Every time they tried, nah, you're not it, pal. And then when
I
all
mean,
hope,
these fit you, but the grooves of your feet don't fit in. He's
yeah,
clearly worn these for years. Look at the way they're indented. Totally fit the ball of his foot and your toes, and your feet just don't fit the grooves.
the way the dirt comes off of the sandal doesn't even appropriately the bottom of your foot correctly.
Yeah.
It's missing parts.
Yeah. It's clearly
Yep.
is not you.
Young guy pulls up in a zip up. It started at the top of his neck and went below his balls. And he had the smallest shorts ever beneath it. He was just all zip up and backwards hat and sunglasses. And he just walked through
Wearing
the
one
crowd
sandal.
wearing one sandal. He goes, I think I know whose that is. So you had a chill ass time. That's the only way to describe it, right? It was a chill ass time.
Yeah, totally chill. Totally,
Stupend, stup,
totally. It was stupendous.
stupendously chill time.
Yeah. Yeah, it was fantastic. It was
Remarkable.
remarkable. That was one of them actually. Remarkable win. Um yeah, it was fun. It was a good time.
Well, you encounter any drunks, any wild behaviors,
Not really,
any cra-
honestly.
any of the boys get crazy? You're like, whoa,
Yeah, a little bit.
no fights.
No, no fights, which is good.
Mm.
But it's a very like testosterone fueled weekend, you know?
A lot of this right here. Ready?
Yeah. That's usually what the boys when we're all sitting in the same room, we're all just bucking at each other. Fucking, you looking at me?
Yeah, the people listening try to envision hoops and hops. It actually wasn't a very loud. You think ballroom, 500 tables of frat dudes. You think it was probably fucking loud in there. No, it was stone silent.
Dead silent. Everyone's...
All I could hear was pencils down, filling out betting sheets. Yeah,
I do want to shout out the win though and the encore because that's the first time I've actually stayed there and it was awesome. The rooms were definitely nicer than any other place.
great hotel.
Yeah,
Great hotel.
and they hooked it up like big time, which was cool.
Yeah. How was the set? How'd it go?
I didn't DJ.
Oh
Film
no,
Francis canceled. No, I'm doing it this Sunday, so I'm going back.
you going back?
Yeah, because that's what anyone wants, right? Leaving Vegas is like I can't wait to come back here in 2 weeks.
I'm pulling up. Are you scared?
No, not really. I mean, not really. A little bit. I'm definitely gonna like when I played the show at Winston House, like getting up there was like, oh fuck. It feels like a performance, but then you're like, it's fucking you're playing music that's already good. It doesn't you have a huge leg up, it's like a huge, massive advantage.
How sick would it be to just get on stage and do another dude's jokes? Just
Yeah,
tried
what I'm
and
saying.
true shit. Imagine
That's what I'm saying. I do have this idea of making like some sort of house edit of Joe Rogan.
Oh no,
Like
man.
taking a podcast clip and turning it into a house song, but playing it off like, oh fuck, I pressed play on the wrong things, my podcast folder.
Careful.
And then
bro.
it like turns into a house song.
Careful, man. The Joe Bros don't play.
Wait, they'll be like, oh, well, I thought we were actually gonna play an episode.
The Joe Bros will be there, and then they're gonna hear it, and they're gonna stop dancing and go, "Oh, this is fucking episode 1073."
Yeah. Yo, let this run. This is a good one.
and then they're just gonna start chatting and pontificating, sharing ideas.
Yeah.
I like this creatine because this one makes me diarrhea less.
Yeah, especially during March Madness weekend. That would probably fucking work.
Yeah, you gonna
That would
turn
go
the Joe Bros
crazy.
up,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah. That's what we should do, actually. We should record an episode of the podcast and just let another podcast play and ad
Yeah,
lib it.
yeah. Like, oh yeah, we agree with that.
Yeah. Chill.
Uh huh.
Uh-huh.
What he said.
Let's go.
I'm saying,
I did actually play like a game of roulette, like a session that I won. I was up like $500 or something. That's the
wow.
first time that's happened. Like hit multiple numbers. You know, the energy was super high. People on the table were also hitting. It was one of those rounds, you know?
What were you betting? Like, what was your number?
Like I think the minimum was 25. So like 25 on the inside or 25 on red and black.
Yeah.
So you start with 25, obviously, until you hit, and then you kind of like just press.
Mm-hmm.
So I think eventually I was betting like 100 or something and like losing. Like I eventually broke even, but
Yeah, winning on roulette is exciting because it never happens.
yeah. I know. But like then you get the one session that where like it happens multiple times. You're like, oh, I get it.
Yeah.
Dude, it always feels like there's one person that plays alone that is either so rich or like doesn't know how money works
Yeah.
because they come in with a stack. They like buy in with like $2,000. So then they get
Yeah.
a fucking stack of chips and they'll lay the whole thing on the table and they'll
Across the whole
hit.
shit.
Yes. And they'll hit like the whole thing. This woman was literally like bankrupting herself every time, playing every single number, hitting a number, and there'd be like 100 on that number. She'd win it all back and then do the same thing. And she kept like smiling at us, like when she hit, we'd be like, "Nice work," and we'd high five her, and she'd like be stoked. And we're like, "Do you not understand what's happening here? You're like just slowly losing your stack, you know? Because every time she'd get a little bit less back.
Roulette is visually so funny to
So
see
funny.
fucking, you know, however many it is, 39 numbers or whatever.
Yeah.
And it puts some little circles on them, and then you go, oh,
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't. It's just
Yeah, I
like,
know.
yeah, you fucking, of course,
And
you
then
didn't.
and then dude, the like how visual
Yeah.
the loss is when the fucking dealer takes all the chips with his arm and goes into that one tiny little hole, and you hear your money just evaporating.
Yeah, roulette.
You hear your kids' college fund like hitting the sides of that metal tube as it goes down.
Roulette, yeah, that's such a good point. Roulette is the funniest table when you lose your money because of that fucking USPS mail chute they have
Yeah,
connected to the
it's so
table.
funny, dude. It's cruel. It's actually cruel. They need little holes on the player's side too, so that when you win, you can put your chips in a little hole and it just stacks it underneath the table. You know, so you can take the stack out and put it back on.
If not for nothing, they should do that just to make you think you're gonna get to do
That's what
that.
I'm saying. It would feel good. It would feel good to Zamboni some chips into that little hole
Yeah.
for yourself for once, for fucking once.